Is the dream of a Florida retirement officially over? If you've been watching the news, it certainly seems that way. But what if everything you've been told is only half the story? The truth is, the Florida you're looking for, a place of peace, space, and financial sanity, isn't gone. You've just been looking in the wrong places. While the coasts are dominated by sky-high prices and insurance nightmares, a different Florida is waiting just inland. A Florida of spacious farmhouses on quiet tree-lined streets, where your retirement savings aren't just a number on a statement, but a key to a fulfilling life. Today, we are going on a journey to uncover 15 hidden gem towns where this reality is not only possible, but thriving. This isn't about compromise, it's about discovery. So let's begin our tour, starting in the very heart of the state. Our first stop is Sebring, a gem nestled in the Highlands County. The numbers here tell a story that feels almost from a different time. We're looking at median home prices that have recently hovered around a stunning $180,000. This isn't a market fueled by bidding wars. It's a place where you can find genuine value. Imagine finding a move-in-ready home, perhaps even with a little slice of land, all for well under $250,000. But the savings don't stop at the purchase price. The cost of living in Sebring sits comfortably within the lowest 15% in the entire state. This means your everyday expenses, your weekly groceries, your utilities, a tank of gas, all cost significantly less. The community here leans into a relaxed agricultural vibe, with local farms, roadside stands, and established 55-plus neighborhoods. The real draw, though, is the sense of space. You're not stacked on top of your neighbors. You can buy a house with 3 acres and actually breathe. Now, let's head to the shores of the state's Great Lake and explore Okeechobee. This area operates on a different financial plane. The official price index scores Okeechobee around 94, meaning your dollar goes about 6% further than the Florida average. But here is a critical piece of strategy that could save you thousands of dollars year after year. Pay close attention to the map. Look just outside the official city limits. By focusing your search on unincorporated parcels, you can often slash your annual property tax bill by a third or even more. You get the same authentic rural atmosphere, the large lots, the older character-rich homes, the room to breathe, where your nearest neighbor is a comfortable distance away, but you keep more of your hard-earned money. It's a simple shift in perspective with a massive financial payoff. This brings us to a town that represents a brilliant retirement trade-off, Brooksville. Located about an hour north of Tampa, Brooksville isn't about chasing the absolute lowest price. It's about optimizing for what matters most, your health. Here, you gain direct access to world-class healthcare with facilities like Tampa General Hospital's local branch and the award-winning HCA Florida Oak Hill Hospital, all while completely avoiding Tampa's intense real estate prices. This is what we call the rural adjacent model. You get the small-town charm, the local shops, the slower pace of life, but you are never a dangerous distance from a top-tier emergency room. Think about that for a moment. In a health crisis, minutes matter. In Brooksville, you're just 10 minutes from award-winning cardiac care. This peace of mind has a ripple effect, often leading to lower insurance premiums because you're safely inland, away from the storm-prone coast. Continuing our journey north, we arrive in the charming town of Inverness, located in Citrus County. Life here costs about 8.5% less than the state median, but the benefits extend far beyond your bank account. Crime rates here are significantly below state averages, which translates to safer streets and, frequently, lower insurance costs. Your daily life in Inverness revolves around natural beauty. The Withlacoochee Trail and the chain of lakes offer endless opportunities for kayaking, fishing, and quiet contemplation. The housing market is a treasure trove for those who love character, filled with classic ranch-style homes from the 1970s and 80s, frequently sitting on 1 to 3 acres of land. The question here is simple. Is updating an older kitchen a fair price to pay for cutting your total housing cost in half? Next, let's talk about Dade City, a town that masterfully blends small-town charm with big city access. The cost of living here runs a remarkable 15% below the national average. Now, the property tax rate is slightly above the state's average, but this is applied to a much lower home value. The result? A median annual tax bill of around $1,500. That's roughly the cost of a single monthly payment in many coastal cities. You are seamlessly plugged into the vast Tampa Bay healthcare network. This means you can see specialists or access major airports with a simple 40-minute drive, not a day-long expedition. Dade City maintains that "we remember the orange groves" feeling, giving you authentic Florida charm without sacrificing modern convenience.
Now, let's anchor ourselves in North Florida with Lake City in Columbia County. The average home value sits in the mid-$200,000, and the local price index is highly competitive. But Lake City's secret weapon is its geographic position. Sitting at the crossroads of I-75, you are in a rural setting, but you are never trapped. Jacksonville is an easy drive to the east, and the cultural and medical resources of Gainesville and the University of Florida are close at hand. The housing stock here is wonderfully diverse, offering everything from cozy townhomes to true rural properties on multiple acres. For those of you whose dream involves serious land, your target should be Bartow in Polk County. This is where the acreage game gets real. You can find 5-acre parcels of raw land starting from under $200,000. Of course, a finished farmhouse-style home on a similar plot will cost more. The critical advantage in Bartow is that you are not sacrificing medical security for your space. You are strategically positioned between Lakeland and Winter Haven, both of which offer full, comprehensive hospital networks. It's the perfect blend of rural aesthetics with suburban-level convenience and care. Now, let's return to Citrus County for a look at Homosassa Springs. It shares the same low cost of living as its neighbor, Inverness, but it differentiates itself with a mature, established ecosystem built specifically for retirees. This town developed its retiree-focused infrastructure decades ago. You'll find a range of assisted living options and a deeply integrated support network of medical transport, specialized pharmacies, and home health services. The famous Homosassa Springs Wildlife State Park provides unparalleled nature access right at your doorstep. The housing follows the classic Florida pattern: older ranch-style homes that come with the land, often sold by owners who are themselves moving on to the next chapter. It's a community built for the long term. But what if your primary goal is to stretch your dollar to its absolute limit? For that, we go to Madison County. This represents the floor of Florida living costs. The price index here is among the lowest recorded in the entire state. We're talking about 1-acre wooded lots that can be purchased for a total price of around $15,000. You can secure 5 acres for under $95,000 and still have a healthy budget left to build or renovate. The trade-off, of course, is depth. You are in deep, rural North Florida. Healthcare for anything beyond a primary care visit means a drive to Tallahassee or Lake City. The nearest major retailer might be an hour away, but for the right person, this is the ultimate deal. You are trading convenience for total freedom, and for many, that is the very best deal of all.
Let's shift our perspective to higher ground in Lake Wales, located on the Central Florida Ridge.
Here, you can find older ranch-style homes regularly listed around $215,000. The ridge provides a tangible benefit, better elevation, which means superior drainage and more varied, interesting terrain. You're close enough to the Lakeland-Winter Haven corridor for all your practical needs, but far enough out to enjoy real peace and quiet. Its central location is perfect for the retiree who still wants options, with Tampa an hour west and Orlando an hour northeast. For a taste of authentic working Florida, there's Arcadia in DeSoto County. This isn't a place pretending to be rural, it's the real thing, with a local economy still deeply connected to ranching and agriculture. The strategic appeal of Arcadia is its geography. You get deep inland affordability and space while maintaining surprisingly fast access to Southwest Florida's coast. You can decide to spend a day on the beaches of Fort Myers without it feeling like a major expedition. The housing stock here often skews toward older builds on larger lots, perfect for those willing to trade cosmetic updates for immediate land equity.
You're buying immediate, uncompromising access. Access to Gainesville and the world-class UF Health System, a top-tier academic medical center at the forefront of research and care. You are also buying culture, the lectures, concerts, and vibrant intellectual atmosphere that flows from the University of Florida. You get the farmhouse aesthetic and the quiet life, but you are never more than 20 minutes from urban-level amenities and some of the best healthcare in the Southeast. For retirees who refuse to compromise on medical access or cultural engagement, Newberry justifies its cost. For those who want a foot in both worlds, there is Mascotte in Lake County. Listing prices here are higher, reflecting its position in Central Florida's growth corridor. You are paying for location. You can still find rural pockets with acreage, but you are also conveniently close to Orlando, major hospitals, and an international airport. This is the farmhouse life without a full commitment to isolation, a perfect solution if you have frequent family visitors or simply don't want to feel too far from the action. And finally, we end our tour in Fort White, another Columbia County treasure. This town is for those who dream of water and woods. The municipal tax rate is an excellent 5.0 mils. Life here isn't about shopping malls. It's about seclusion and natural beauty, with a focus on river access and quiet trails. The commercial centers of Lake City are close enough for practical needs, keeping you connected without forcing you to live with even modest density. The housing market is defined by older builds, a blessed lack of HOAs, and neighbors who value their privacy just as much as you do. So, let's return to our original question. Is the Florida retirement dream dead? The evidence says absolutely not. It is simply moved inland, to places where your money works for you, where you can have space to breathe, and where peace and quiet aren't luxury items. These 15 towns are living proof that the life you imagined is still possible. You don't need to abandon the dream. You just need to know where to look. If this guide has helped you see a new, brighter path to your dream retirement, please do us a huge favor and like this video. It truly helps us continue this work. And for more honest, insightful guides to building your best future, make sure to subscribe to Winds of Thought. Thank you for watching.